go. Good afternoon and welcome to the Balance of Life. I am Pastor Angel Ferguson and I thank you so very much for joining us today. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Thursday, July the 7th, 2022. I am Pastor Angel Ferguson, and you know what? I am so excited about today, so much that we want to share with you as we come along just to give you some words of encouragement for your life. And you know what? I am going to talk about, I am a huge individual on following your purpose, your goals, and your dreams. And I am so intent on just sharing with us, I say us because I'm the first partaker, in knowing what direction we are going in, and also with making sure that you have clarity in what you are moving towards. Sometimes, a lot of times, it is not good to move by sight because things that we see could be camouflaged and false. And so, whenever you are moving towards your vision, your purpose, your goals, and your dreams, listen out for a sound. That's right. We're going to talk about it today, and we're going to bring in components of scripture text. But I do want to share something with you. If you have not had an opportunity to receive a free digital copy of our July issue of Hope and Truth magazine, you can do so by emailing us today at thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com. Once again, you can receive a free complimentary issue of Hope and Truth magazine via your email by emailing us at thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com. And on page 26, we have our author's spotlight for the month of July. Her name is Cynthia Gaston. She resides in the Tampa Bay area. She is a educator and she has several books. I'm going to read them out for you. She does have Big Billy Bob, Dad and Me, a call for, let's see, what is this? Okay, a call for character. Show Me, Teach Me, Guide Me, and also Black History Should Not Be a Mystery. Mom Had a Problem. You can find all of those books on Amazon for purchase, and Cynthia is such a wonderful author and educator, been in the field for over 20 years, and she has taken her expertise and turned it into a teaching tool. So once again, I would love for you to get a complimentary issue of Hope and Truth magazine. You can email us at thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com. We have a display of all of Cynthia's books in the magazine. It is on page 26. And if you know of an author that gives back to the community through education, children's books especially, words of encouragement, healing, restoration, and you would like for us to share it, all you have to do is email us at thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com and we will share that content. Also, I am so excited. I want to share with you on the 19th of this month, we are going to have a special guest, and she is a songwriter as well as a author. So excited about this. Singer, songwriter, and author. She just released a book and it is on Amazon. The name of the book is called God, Gratitude, and Giving. And this is none other than Melissa Bella Rowe. And she will be our special guest on July the 19th. So mark your calendars, 12 o'clock p.m. to 12:45 p.m. We will get to hear from this awesome woman of God. That's right. The title of her book is called God, Gratitude, and Giving. My experience with the power of these three words. Right now, There is, you can look at the book, you can get it on Kindle for free. So if you have Kindle and you would like to take a look at the content prior to the interview, go ahead over to Amazon and you can get it for free. Kindle price is $0. That's awesome. The hardcover $16.99 and the paperback is $9.99. So happy to welcome Miss Melissa Bellaro on July the 19th, 12 o'clock, so set your calendars. And we will post some information on our Facebook page for the Balance of Life so that you can stay in tune and up to date with that. All right, so today I have a question, and that question is, did you hear that? That's my question. Did you hear that? When you are moving towards your purpose, your goals, and your dreams, there is something that you should hear. And what you hear, you should move towards so that it actually manifests. A lot of times we move based off of what we see without getting behind the wall or really knowing the foundation or the components of what it took for those things to appear so beautifully before us. And so I want to say to you to take your time. Hear all of the sounds. When I say hear all of the sounds, make sure that you do not hear the creaks of there not being any foundation. Make sure that you hear clarity, and so that when you can begin to visualize what you hear, then you can move towards so that it actually manifests and it appears as you see it, as you heard it. Get some clarity. When I say, did you hear that? What is your vision saying to you? Your vision is saying to you, I have a purpose. I have a destination. Your vision is also saying, I have an audience that I want to speak to, that I am destined to speak to. And so all of those are components that we need before we move forward. Don't move by what you see. And I'm going to line that up with Scripture. Romans 10:17 says, so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So what did I hear? What did I hear? What did I hear? I asked myself, and I can always use myself as an example. What did I hear? Over 20 years ago, I was sitting in a church service, and I was actually here in New Jersey. And I want to say, I think my son, who's now 25, I think he was about 2 or 3. Yes, about that age. Anyway, I heard the words hope and truth. And I remember I had this calendar book, and I wrote it down. And I wrote next to it, what am I supposed to do with this? So I heard Hope and Truth magazine, and then I said, what am I supposed to do with this? And I did not move right away. I wanted to visualize what I heard. And then I began to take gradual steps, even when it came down for us entering into radio. And I've shared this before, and I'm using it today as an example. Because our dreams, our visions, our purpose, our goals, they speak to us. They speak to us in so many ways. You can dream it, and you can, what you see, you can actually hear. Well, when it came down to radio, I was on the phone with my aunt, and I was sitting in the second portion of my bookstore that I had in Tampa, Florida. And I heard radio, and I'm talking to her, and I am actually thinking it within myself. I can't do radio. First of all, I can't afford radio, and I can't do radio. That's not something I do. I've always thought that my path and my journey, I would write the books, and that is the way people would hear from me. I never imagined myself standing in front of podiums, in front of people, and in different areas, in different cities, in different states. I never envisioned that, and lo and behold, radio was not on the list. Well, while I was talking to her, I heard radio, and so I put my phone on loudspeaker because I was on my cell phone, and I began to look up radio. I had never heard of the link that we're on now, and we've been on this link now. We're coming into our 6th year, and I never heard of it, and boom, it pops up. Well, I click on it and I sign up. And then I never said anything to my aunt or anyone. So I'm sitting in my office, and the hour, closed up the bookstore, and I'm sitting there and I'm practicing how and what to say on radio. And my cell phone keeps ringing. It's my son. And of course, I didn't answer. And then finally, reluctantly, I'm like, oh, he won't stop calling me. So I answer the phone. And the front doors, the lobby doors to the office building were locked. So he says to me, it came to me, listen to this is awesome. It came to me to come by and check on you. So I said, okay, let me open up the doors for you. So when he came into the office, I told him what I was doing. And I told him what I heard and the experience, and I was looking at it, and I was just going to do a trial test run, and then I would move forward. And my son said to me, do you want to do radio? And I said, yes. And he said, okay, I will pay for your first year. And the very next day, my son brought me the finances to cover my entire first year of radio. And so when I say to you, have clarity on what you hear. Now, it went further. I thought that I would just do radio based off of being a motivational speaker with books and having authors, and I thought that's what I was going to do. And that just was not the good fit. It just did not work. Now, throughout time, we have been able to incorporate and invite authors and do the motivational speaking, but I had to wait to hear what was right for me, because I looked at others who did radio and who did podcast, and I was going to model what I did after them. But that was not my path, and that was not my journey. And so I say to you, hear with clarity what it is that you're supposed to do in your journey and in your time. Get some clarity and then move accordingly. Don't move by what you see. Don't move by what you see others doing, because that is their journey and that is their path. That's their area. You could do the exact same thing, but you have been uniquely and divinely created to do something your way. So move according to what you hear. And as you begin to move according to what you hear, then it will begin to manifest. It will begin to show up. And here we are. We are going into year number 6 of the Balance of Life. Hope and Truth magazine is over 20 years old. I can honestly tell you there were times with Hope and Truth magazine that we looked at other magazines and we thought, as we did with radio, oh, this is the way that we should do it. And it just did not work out. That was not the path. That was not the way that we were supposed to do Hope and Truth magazine. And so it did not fit. Trust me, I tried to make it fit based off what I see or what I saw in others. And so now I sit and I wait. I've had the same experiences when it comes to different things that I've been able to do, such as actually doing a magazine, the layout. If I can hear it and then I can visualize it, I would sit and wait. And I would literally say, if you allow me to hear it, If you allow me to see it, show me how to do it. I'll say that again. If you allowed me to hear it, and you allowed me to see it, show me how to do it. And I would sit at my computer and I would wait. I would sit and I would just wait. And then there were those times that I could visualize, I could hear it, I could see it. And I would just sit and I would look. I hear it. I hear do this. I hear do that. I hear, but I want to see it. And then I begin to move towards what I see at that point, not based off of what others are doing. In order for you to reach your destiny, in order for any of us to fulfill our purpose, then we must gain the attitude that I'm not like anyone else. I have been uniquely and divinely created. I can't say this enough, and so you've probably heard it not just this week but last week, and I will keep saying it until we all come unto the knowledge of the truth. The race is not given to the swift, nor is it given to the strong, but it is given unto the one that endureth until the end. And if we keep our eyes on other people, we're going to hit some roadblocks. Because here is the truth of this matter. What we see is only what they allow us to see. We have no idea what goes on behind the paint. We do not know what goes on behind the curtain. We have no idea what goes on in the belly of sacrifices. What we do see is the beautiful painted picture that they allow us to see. But we have no idea about the pins that are holding the curtain up. Nor do we know that there are several layers of paint and the foundation isn't yet dry. All we know is that we like what we see. And we feel that we can look at it and say, I can duplicate that. But we have no idea what's going on. We do not have any idea what was the drive behind their force. We don't know what they heard. Even the visionary, when the visionary shares the vision, guess what? The visionary does not share every component, every fine-tuned detail. There are certain parts of the puzzle that the visionary will put into place himself, and he will ask contributors to work with what he has laid out. So whether you are at the pinnacle, you are the founder, I want you to take your eyes off of people. It is okay to admire. It is okay to look and give a compliment. I'm not saying that. But you are a designer's original. You do not have to duplicate. You do not have to become a copycat. Become unique. Let your voice be heard. Let your creativity flow. What is it that you hear? And so the question becomes a personal question. Did you hear that? Did you hear that in which you are working towards? Did you get clarity? Did you get the fullness of the sound? Or did you just hear a tap? Did you understand the rhythm before you begin to dance? Did you hear that? Did you catch the sound of every instrument played in your orchestra? Or did you tune into someone else's band? What did you hear? Where were you when you heard it? Did you become one with the sound that you heard? Because in order to move strategically with a rhythm, you must become one with the orchestra. You become the orchestra, and the orchestra moves together into a beautiful symphony that cannot be duplicated. As a matter of fact, if someone else listens to your orchestra, they will not be able to tell the different cymbals that are being played. They do not have access to your sheet music. And so they can't duplicate it. They might try, but they will find that something is amiss. Something just doesn't seem to sound right. Why? Because it was not their sound. And if you have found yourself trying to duplicate what someone else has done, it will not work, because that is not your vision. Those are not your plans. That is not your orchestra. That is not your rhythm. And so I have found that as I move according to my rhythm, I've had others to come with suggestions. Oh, you should do it this way. You should do it that way. Listen, it doesn't work for me. I tried it. I'm not telling you that I pushed aside all suggestions because I did not. I tried it. It didn't work for me. I admired it. I said that was a good idea, but I have learned my journey. I'm understanding my path. I know when to move and I know when to stand still, because I'm listening for a certain sound. The sound that I'm listening for will cause me to deliver a sound unto you that will remind you you are a designer's original. You are uniquely and divinely created. There is no one else like you. Remember, we've been talking about life. Life shows up every day. Life is present. And it has slots of opportunity. Every second of the day is an opening for an opportunity. You are the gift. Are you inserting your gifts into the slots of opportunity? Sometimes we wait on life to happen when it is up to us to make it happen. Life is not going to stop by and say, hey, here's an opportunity, take me. What will you do if you have nothing to offer that opportunity? Am I making that clear? Life is the opportunity. But if you don't have anything to offer, that opportunity will pass you by. And what was yesterday was yesterday. Every day, take a chance. Step out. So what are you hearing today? What did you hear today? What did you say to yourself? What affirmation did you say to yourself to get the creative flow going? To pull yourself out of that place of stagnation, to move forward towards the vision that is before you. What did you hear? What did you say to yourself? You can't wait for somebody else. Listen, I am so glad that I get the opportunity 3 times a week to come by to motivate you. But what happens on your Monday and your Friday when I'm not here on my Friday, when I'm supposed to take a day to relax? What is it that you hear? Do you look for someone else? I want you to begin to be the first partaker in encouraging yourself, and motivating yourself, speaking life to your life, speaking positive life to your life. That is your responsibility. That is your obligation. That does not belong to anybody else. It belongs to you. So, what are you going to do? What is your reaction? I can tell you this. If you do not start to speak positively to yourself, if you do not begin to give life unto your life, positive life unto your life, if you do not begin to give your dreams some life, some movement, it will remain there. It's just a dream within. It won't be shared. It won't be heard. It will not get a chance to appear. It will remain just in the back corners of your mind. And then you will begin to look at others and say, oh, I can do that. I could have done that. But you know what? With that would have, should have, I might have, you have to also face the reality to say, but I didn't. I did not move. I did not act. I heard my dream calling. I heard the vision. I even saw it. But I didn't move it. I didn't touch it. I don't want you to be in that place. I really don't. If you're just tuning in, you're tuning into The Balance of Life, and I am Pastor Angel Ferguson, and I thank you so very much for joining us today. Don't forget, on July the 19th at 12 o'clock, we will have author, singer, songwriter, Melissa Bella. She is the author of God, Gratitude, and Giving. This is her experience with the power of these 3 words. If you would like to get a copy of this book right now for free on Kindle, go ahead over to Amazon, look up God, Gratitude, and Giving. The author is Melissa Bella. And for Kindle right now, it is for free. Hardcover $16.99 and the paperback $9.99. Prepare yourself for this time that we will share as we learn more about her experience as a new author. I'm so excited, and also we would love for you to receive a copy of our July issue of Hope and Truth magazine. Some great stuff in there for you. We have a section for our July author spotlight, and let me not forget that our guest from July the 19th will be in our August issue of Hope and Truth magazine. If there is a author that you would like for us to share and invite, please feel free to email us at thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com, and we'll gain some information from you, and we will move from there. Listen, it is our way of giving back. There is no financial obligation for what we do as far as our authors. I'm so excited for you. Listen, I know that there are some great things happening in your life, and it is a great honor, it is a great pleasure that we get the opportunity just to come by and have these conversations, because you know what, it motivates me. This morning here in New Jersey, it is raining, and therefore, yes, I was a little sluggish, and I am going to go for that second cup of coffee, even though it is at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But I am definitely going to go for it because I need it. But I was sitting at my computer, and, I need to get ready for next month's issue of Hope and Truth magazine. And I'm being real transparent right here. I did not have any mojo. I did not have any motivation. And I just began to think. And that's when I heard the words that faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. And so it is by what I hear. And let me tell you that, yes, I did sit down and I said, okay, if you let me hear it, let me see it, show me how to do it. And guess what? we went to work. And so I want to encourage you in that same manner. What is it that you hear? Ask yourself, did you hear that before you make a move? Or if you have made a move, ask yourself that vital question. We're signing off here on the radio broadcast. Stay encouraged, encouraging others along the way. Have a blessed day, everyone. And as we are ending here, also on our